You've heard it said before that a picture is worth 1,000 words. It's a common saying used to express the value and meaning a single image can hold within itself for something. We're not entirely sure who said this phrase first, but most sources attribute the modern version of the saying to one Frederick Bernard. And just like you, I just learned about this guy right now, so regardless of his qualifications, I think we should take his claim and add some scientific method to it. That's right, grab your lab coats and settle in. You're about to witness science cross paths with art, meaning, and, Guys, where are your lab coats?
Lab coats don't fit on these wings.
This is my lab coat.
Does white fur count?
I'm literally a square.
Well, this is off to a disappointing start.
Hey, I don't see you wearing a lab coat.
I thought one of you would have an extra!
Why are we here again?
Right, so you guys know that a picture is worth 1,000 words, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, great. Alright, here's the Mona Lisa. 1,000 words, please. Go.
Woman!
I was gonna do that one.
Alright, one word down, 999 to go.
Wait, do the words have to be in full sentences?
Do the sentences have to make sense?
Can we use the same word more than once?
Do the words have to be English words?
Can we make up our own words?
May as well make up our own language to make this easier, right?
Do the words actually have to be about the picture?
Wait! Animal Man, you've made a critical error.
What? What do you mean?
The phrase says there are 1,000 words in a picture, not 1,000 words in a painting.
And?
The Mona Lisa is a painting, not a picture, so it can't even work with this one.
Google, can we...
A painting is basically a picture.
Not quite. Paint is not the same as a digitized representation of reality.
Is it a good idea to rules lawyer this? I slept through legal philosophy class.
Problem solved, guys. I just took a picture of the painting.
Is that cheating?
We could just take pictures of pictures over and over until we have 1,000 words.
No, then you just end up fork bombing the word count.
What's wrong with that?
There are a lot of things wrong with that, you stupid dragon.
Hey, it's not Dragonite's fault that he has a flawed perception of collateral damage.
So...
Why are we here again?
I've decided that science is boring.
You might be taking this phrase too literally.
I could set it on fire and then we could science the fire.
See, now this is why I prefer material science over questions of subjective value.
Oh no.
Now let's turn this art history into chemistry.
Fire? I want to light it on
Guys,
fire.
Dang, things are getting heated in
Wait,
here.
stop. I wanted to be the one to do the fire.
Who's the one with the flamethrower?
please.
You or me?
What? I am the flamethrower.
I am the Senate.
Wait, okay, stop. I wasn't even trying to make a video about pictures anyway. I was gonna make a video about video games.
Do these words count towards the 1,000?
That is an odd way to lead off.
Yeah, it's like tangentially related. You're really gonna have to hang with me on this one. What's your first memory? Mine is drowning. Outside of Peach's castle, on a Nintendo 64, one of my relatives brought to a family get-together. I was 3 years old at the time. I didn't know how to swim in real life. You expect me to know how to swim in a video game? Oh, yeah, apparently that's what they're called, by the way. Video games. Very disposable sounding. Not quite as eloquent as painting, or novel, or movie. You can really just feel the virginity radiating off of you when you put the words video and game together. And this video game is called Super Mario 64. It's the first video game that I ever played, and my first memory of it is having fun running around in this colorful, vibrant world, then falling into some water and struggling to get out of the water and getting really mad. What can I say? I was born to be a gamer. I was blaming the controller from day one. But this nice, peaceful place is really just the warm-up for what is to come. I mean, there is this giant castle here demanding my 3-year-old attention span. I don't remember the process of wandering in here, but I know I did somehow because before I knew it, I was walking through a door with a star on it, and we have ourselves a room with a painting in it. And that's it. Look, Peach can do whatever she wants. She's a princess and all. But if I knew someone who dedicated an entire room of their home to a painting of 3 explosives with eyes and legs, I would be very concerned for them. Did anyone else ever think that the foot in this middle Bomb-Omb was a beak? Or was that just me as a kid? Probably just me. Whatever, I'm 3. I don't think deep thoughts about game design. I push buttons and make Plumber Man move. I didn't know it at the time, but this painting had an adventure on the other side of it. This painting represents a launching pad for me and my personal development. This is where it all began for me, with 3 marching bombs. And if you'll indulge me, I'd like to take the time to explain why this picture means so much to me, in 1,000 words or more.
Let's go!
Well, this is the happiest battleground I've ever seen in my life. Look, I don't have to explain Super Mario 64 to you all, right? You guys know that when you drop into Bomb-Omb Battlefield, you just... And just like that, you've got yourself a shiny yellow power star. And the game really begins to open up to you. Now you can go to other places in the castle, like this room that has another painting. I thought this was Peach's castle, not Peach's museum. This is a fairly iconic level called Whomp's Fortress. It's well known for its deadly enemies, including Piranha Plant, Pushy Wushy, Bald Throng, and... Well, what is that? What on earth? What? Holy runaway! This is a Whomp. I hope you like geometry. Whomps march back and forth, waiting for an unexpected plumber to cross its path so that it can fall on you. The worst part is that they're completely invincible. You can't punch them, you can't jump on them, you can't breakdown dance them. They do have this odd looking X on their back, bit of an odd design choice. Maybe it was just an angsty teen phase, I'm not here to judge. And the worst part of all of this is that the boss at the top of the level is a giant Whomp. And you can't just pick him up and throw him like the Bomb-Omb boy, so he must be invincible. The game devs decided they were gonna create an invincible boss on the second level to trick us all into thinking this was a good game, but... Wait. What did I just... There's a button on the back of my controller, and it makes me... And it breaks things. And if I use it on... Wait, so what if I were to just... When I first discovered how to kill a Whomp, I thought to myself, holy frick! This was the first time I remember figuring something out on my own. My parents didn't help me out with this, the internet didn't help me out with this, I figured it out. I discovered how to defeat the Whomp. I felt like I was the first caveman who ever discovered how to light a fire, and that sense of discovery was compelling. Something like noticing an X on the back of a Whomp may seem trivial if you're grown up, or if you've been around video games long enough, you probably would see this as pretty obvious. But when you've never played a video game before, and you have no expectations as to what a video game is supposed to do or how it's supposed to work, discovering how to murder rectangles becomes enchanting. And it kept me going. From 3 marching bombs to X's on rectangles to annoying penguins to pianos with teeth to epic metal cap music to learning how to make eyeballs dizzy and beyond. And not just beyond within the game, but beyond the game itself to other games. The sense of progression and discovery kept me going forward. As I said, 3 marching bombs was a great launching pad, but it represents the beginning of a journey that would eventually lead me to a zoo. Yeah, how's that for whiplash? We're talking about Zoo Tycoon 2 now. I'm maybe 8 years old at this point. I don't remember showing any signs of any fascination with zoology, and I have no idea who gifted me this game. Not entirely sure which one of my family members thought it would be a good idea to put an 8-year-old homeschooler in charge of a zoo, but here we are. I already talked at length about this game in another video, but basically you have zoos. Chimpanzees, manatees, acacia trees, and making monies. Oh, and also okapis. I previously made fun of these animals because when I was a kid I had no idea what an okapi was, and so I never put them in any of my zoos because they looked like discount horses to me. But apparently there's a lot of people out there who really like okapi, so if I said anything about okapi that offended you, please accept this picture of a cute baby sloth as a peace offering. I hope we can still be friends. I will not, however, take anything I said about secretary birds back. They are evil. If you like them, you're a psychopath. All that you need to know for the purposes of this video is that for some of the most formative years of my life, this was my art. This empty zoo is my blank canvas, and this cursor is my brush. and putting down these exhibits was like watching a painting come to life. This was the first game that gave me a real taste of what creative fulfillment can feel like. And that creative fulfillment would extend beyond video games when Zoo Tycoon 2 helped me discover YouTube for the first time. Zoo Tycoon 2 came out around the same time as YouTube, so many people decided to use the platform as a means to share their zoos with everyone else, and I ate this content up. It inspired me. I should make YouTube videos. This is another avenue I can find creative satisfaction. If only I wasn't 9 and had parental restrictions. Yeah, it would be another few years before I could make my own YouTube videos, but that would be plenty of time to come up with a username. I mean, I definitely have to have a good nickname to go along with my YouTube channel, something that really shows everyone how much I love zoology, and shows how I'm super cool and creative and Animal Man. Brilliant. Good thing no one has ever thought of that name ever before. I'll just start going by Animal Man from now on online, and that username is taken. You know, it's understandable. Animal and man are pretty popular words. I guess it's possible that one other person out there was smart enough to come up with this bright idea too. I think adding 1 underscore should be forgivable. Ouch. Okay, there's 2 people out there who are as creative as I am. Makes me feel a little less special. But I guess I could just... Ew. Animal underscore man underscore, that doesn't flow off the tongue, it doesn't look pretty, it's not symmetrical, but the username has not been taken. Oh, by the way, you might be wondering what I was signing up for when I made this account and went by this name for the first time. Yeah. You know, I don't think I look that bad with underscores in my name. Like, it's kind of like the thing that makes me unique, you know what I mean? No other person out there will be brave enough to put not 1, but 2 underscores in their name. Hey, can you stop, please? Jeez. I think I'm actually pretty cool. I'm definitely not in denial, guys. Like, this is what I wanted to have happen all along. Who wouldn't want to have 2 lines in their brand for no other reason than they had no choice and they really wanted to play Minecraft? Yeah, it's probably cope, but I don't care. I'm attached to my underscores now. I don't call myself Animal Man without the underscores now. I don't even leave the house without my underscores, alright? The name grew on me. They're part of me now. Anyway, Minecraft, am I right? You know what's great about Minecraft to me? It's not the compelling progression loop, or the exploration, or the creative freedom. To me personally, Minecraft was important because it was the first game I played that acted as a platform to socialize on.
Mayo in the corner. Punch Mayo. Punch Mayo. Mayo punch. Mayo punch. Mayo punch. And Mayo.
Everyone's a Steve here.
You guys know he escaped like 10 minutes ago, right?
Shave Gorilla! Kill Shave Gorilla!
Alright, we're gonna start recording.
This is a YouTube video that I posted on March 5th, 2014, and the voices that you hear are my friends.
Alrighty then, hey everyone, Animal Man here, how's it going? Today we're gonna be doing some more of that Cops and Robbers with MKCHMP, MBonner525, 81 Channel, Carsonus, Jordan LR1, Big Red Blob, the Super Pow Project, Shave Gorilla, and John Jr.
Everyone else.
I finally got the ability to post my very own YouTube videos on February 22nd, 2013, and I was ecstatic. I had been waiting 6 or so years, and Minecraft gave me my first opportunity to record videos and post them on the internet. But all of a sudden, video games weren't just dumb distractions from life to me. They were literally facilitating my friendships.
Oh yeah.
I am about to— No!
I probably wouldn't ever have been friends with half these people if we didn't play Minecraft together a few nights a week. It was wild, being able to hang out with my friends in this virtual reality and just be us. Eventually, this extended from Minecraft to Overwatch, and I got to be a part of my college's esports team. I can't tell you how much fun it is to actually play a competitive online game with a group of people that you trust and work well together with. To play competitively against other teams alongside comrades of your own. It's an incredibly fulfilling experience I wish every gamer could have. No, I wish every person could have.
Nice phone from Animal Man again to take that.
Video games had become social to me now. They were literally how I made and grew my friendships. My friends and I would finish school or whatever we had to do for the day and get on Skype and see who was online to play something on Minecraft. This was my social life for like 5 years, and it is so frustrating saying that out loud, knowing that someone is going to hear that and think to themselves about how sad that is. That me and my friends primarily socialized over a video game and how I must have been missing out on true friendships, because being together physically is an important part of socializing to the degree that it invalidates any social interactions you had online, even if it was valid to you. And you know what? Even if there were hypothetically a scientific study demonstrating empirically that having your social life online is worse for you, even if the evidence were to say that it stunts your growth or that you'll never be able to socialize as an adult because of it, even if there were evidence that having your social life online caused cancer, I do not care. Because the time that I spent with my friends online playing these dumb video games were the best moments of my childhood. And I will forever look back on them as points in my life that represent pure, unadulterated joy, facilitated by video games. At a time when I was at my lowest, due to the stress of high school, and at a time when my mental health was starting to plummet, I'm so glad that in spite of my circumstances, I still had these moments that kept me going on.
Hey bro, ladder bro. You dead.
What the heck? I can't move. Just like... Okay, I don't care if you're a ghost. I'm gonna throw up on you and you're gonna die.
I'm forever grateful that as I venture on through adulthood, in spite of the fact that my friends and I have grown up and moved on, in spite of the fact that we may never come back to the glory days of playing Minecraft Smash together after a long day of getting our schoolwork done, I can be grateful that those moments happened at all, and that whenever I want to smile, they're on my YouTube channel for me to go back and reminisce. And I am grateful for the reminder that even as a singular Homo sapien on a rock hurtling through space in an indifferent universe, that at least for a time there was and will be those glimpses of joy in between the rubble and the rough patches of life, with the people that I love playing our favorite video games together. So, at the end of all this, I have grown, and my friends have grown, and I am no longer on an esports team, and I no longer play single-player games. I mean, of course I don't play single-player games. Playing games with your friends is like the future now. I honestly didn't feel like there was any point in playing single-player games anymore. Like, those are a thing of the past, who needs them? But therein lies the problem. My friends are busy now. We pay taxes. A few of them got married. You'd think they'd be caught dead playing Minecraft now? I guess I'll have to go back to playing games solo, but I've invested so much time into these few games and it's going to take a lot for me to turn from a deep gamer into a wide gamer again. What's that? You don't know what deep and wide gamers are? Well, that's mostly because I made them up, but it's important terminology for this part of the video and you need to learn it. And since I'm the expert here, I may as well take the time to teach it all to you. That's right, grab your school books and settle in. You're about to learn the difference between wide gaming, deep... Guys, where are your school books? Wait, I forgot to edit them in. Give me a second here.
Whoa.
What's up, gamers?
The kiss. What? Where am I? How did I get here?
Alright, great. Let me try that again real quick. Guys, where are your school books?
Animal Man, this better be important. I have a colonoscopy in 10 minutes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's really convenient that both of you just so happen to have a colonoscopy in 10 minutes.
We're getting ours done. together?
Dear God.
I did not need that image in my head.
Find your own excuse, buddy. I'm not sharing my insurance.
Yeah, okay, I think I'm just gonna skip to the part where I start teaching you guys, okay? Alright, here's the deal. Basically, there's two types of gamers out there. Deep gamers and wide gamers.
Animal Man, didn't you already make a video about this?
Well, yes, but this is a separate video. I have to explain this again for good measure, okay? Listen, the fundamental difference between wide gaming and deep gaming is that deep gaming is kind of like having a...
Hey, Will, what's a colonoscopy?
Why do I look like Siri to you?
What did you learn in your biology class? History?
Who even are you?
I'm pretty sure you invited him to Camelot, Gummy.
Hey, whose side are you on?
Does anyone have any duct tape?
I could grab some from the Walmart over there.
Walmart? Alright, that's it. I declare war on this guy. Demon Lord, pass me my musket.
So basically, if you're a deep gamer, you put a lot of time into 1 or 2 games and get really good at those 1 or 2 games, whereas if you're a wide gamer, you branch out and play a whole variety of games.
The war has been going on for days now. Our troops have persevered, but we lost too many good men. The opposition has us in a corner. I am not sure how much longer we can go on.
Gummy, I don't think anyone's playing along here.
The enemy will hear us.
Hey, look, it's a Final Fantasy XIV lady with blonde hair and a dumb top hat.
Huh? Where?
You got the duct tape?
Yep, got the duct tape.
What? Duct tape? Whose side are you on?
Didn't you literally just declare war on me?
Wait. Who are you again?
I, for one, was once a deep gamer. I put an ungodly amount of time into Overwatch, but my life would soon take a different trajectory, as I would become a wide gamer.
Gummy, this is for your own good.
And our good. I mean, it's good for us too.
And you might be wondering what game it was that convinced me I should become a wide gamer, and I'm glad you asked. The game that would strike such a change in me was none other than... Hollow Knight was the first single-player game I decided to play in years. I was in a place in my life where I was between desiring something new, but also, yes, you may leave, but also hating new things. And after a while, I broke and decided to step out of my comfort zone and give Hollow Knight a chance. And I'm very glad that I did. The world of Hollow Knight is beautiful, tough, mysterious, and look, I don't have to explain Hollow Knight to you all, right? You guys know that when you drop into Hollow Nest, you just... And just like that, you've got yourself a shiny white ball of energy that you can fire out of your soul holes. And the game really begins to open up to you. And it's a world that ignited the same sense of discovery I felt when I was a kid. Hollow Nest is constantly nudging you on to explore more. And when I had finished the game, I wanted to explore more. Hollow Nest is magical in that way. I think most people who played the game can agree it had a very compelling way of itching you on to explore more, to keep making those discoveries about the world, and by the time you're finished exploring, you want there to be more to explore. And so, why stop at Hollow Nest, right? Why not carry on to Custodia, collect the holy wounds, the 3 masks, and witness the miracle? Why not venture on through the blind forest as a spirit on a quest to save the forest of Nibel from the dangerous decay spreading through the land? Why not venture on through Headspace and overcome our fear of heights, spiders, and water, lost in our ideal past, trying to find our good friend? Why not venture as a spiritfarer and sail the high seas? Why not venture through the last wishes of spirits who have come to end off their lives? Why not venture? Why not travel to Rapture, trying repeatedly to get out of I really do believe that Hollow Knight nudged me in this direction. Nudged me into wide gaming. I never really was the type to branch out and play a variety of games until very recently. I always preferred to stick to my comfort zone. I know what I like, and I know better than to try new things and risk not liking them as much. But after a while, you get restless, and eventually you want to break the cycle. And then... had an epiphany a year or two ago. I was playing a video game called Nier Automata. It's a game about smashing robots, over-sexualized androids, and an overwhelming sense of existential nihilism. What more could you ask for, honestly? Anyway, I was playing through this game, and I encountered a character who goes by the name Pascal. Pascal is this friendly robot fellow, and when I first met him, I thought to myself, Pascal? Pascal? I know a Pascal. Isn't his last name Wager? No, I just looked it up. It's actually Blaise Pascal. Okay. Imagine naming your child Blaze. Anyway, I finished playing Nier Automata, and I loved it so much that I couldn't help but look up other people's videos on the game with their thoughts and interpretation of the story. And as I was going through them, I found out that the game references a lot more than just Blaise Pascal. There's references to Kierkegaard, Simone de Beauvoir, even Marx and Engels have their reference, and the entire game has an overall theme from Nietzsche's most well-known quote, "God is dead." And reminiscing over the story helped me realize just how dense this game really was. And seeing how dense this game was helped me put into words the fact that this wasn't just a game about smashing robots and over-sexualized androids. This game was trying to say something. This game is literature. This game is art. And of course it's art, right? In almost every way. Video games have visuals that are expressions of artists. Video games have music that are expressions of artists. Video games have stories that are expressions of artists. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and a video is worth thousands of pictures. And then you add the player. The element of control that impacts every frame that pops up on your screen. It's another form of artistic expression. Could video games like Nier Automata ever become required reading in schools 100 years in the future? When I was in high school, I had to read novels like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and To Kill a Mockingbird so I could write papers on them. Would it be so hard to believe a world where high schoolers in the future are writing papers about how Gris represents the 5 stages of grief? Or how BioShock critiques objectivism? Or how the Persona franchise represents Jungian psychology? My point isn't to bash on school and whine about how it's boring and we need to add video games. My point is to recognize the artistic value of these games the same way we recognize the artistic value of novels or other important works. We are the storytelling animal, and our storytelling abilities have evolved as technology and culture has evolved. And the latest manifestation of that storytelling device puts you in control. Every game is a story-driven game. Not just RPGs. That time you found a vein of diamond ore in Minecraft, that's a story. That time a soldier gave you a rocket boost and sent you flying across bad water to backstab a medic, that was a story. An artist or a group of artists have created myth generators for us. They create a video game as an artistic expression of themselves, and we the player experience that game with our inputs that act as an artistic expression of ourselves. And that interaction is remarkable. It's what separates video games from paintings or novels or movies. But that significance is downplayed to the point where it has become so easy for non-gamers to overlook the multidimensional artistic elements of a video game on the basis of it being a video game, to the point where gamers themselves often fail to see the immense artistic value of a video game, and to the point where putting the words video and game together actually do inherently feel less artistically valuable. And you know what? Roger Ebert can suck a duck. Anybody who unironically believes that video games can't be art either haven't been paying attention, or have a definition of art that is so unnecessarily narrow that only Paper Mario himself could fit through. Maybe you don't play video games. Maybe you think there's better things to do with your time than play video games. Maybe you think that they're too addictive and violent, and fair enough. Maybe you do play video games, and you see the video game industry as a greedy, oversaturated market with toxic teammates and overworked developers and buggy, unfinished cash grabs with loot boxes and other microtransactions, and fair enough. But cynicism has to have limits. Don't you see? We've become gods now. We've taken ones and zeros and turned them into our own personal gardens of Eden. We've created demons that we can conquer. We've created stories we can write ourselves. We've become closer to the mythical than we ever could have in the past. We've been speaking a language of storytelling all our lives, but this form of communicating those stories should not be swept under the rug as a medium reserved for losers in their mom's basement, fueled purely by evil capitalists. Video game addiction and the awfulness of the video game industry is immeasurably important to talk about, but not at the expense of the art, not at the expense of the emotion, not at the expense of the myth, and not at the expense of the humanity. Art is a strange thing, isn't it? It doesn't seem to be particularly evolutionarily advantageous for our ancestors to be painting pictures of aliens on cave walls. But years later, we're still creating paintings and sticking them on the walls of museums. We pay money to see those paintings. We listen to music. We watch theater. We play video games. It's bizarre, and it's human. From words to pictures to thousands of pictures in films to controllable pictures in video games. The evolution of human artistic expression is on a trajectory towards a world where what our art represents is indistinguishable from what our reality is. A video game is just one more step in this direction. As a quote in the book The Storytelling Animal reads, "The future looks bleak for reality." But please, don't hear that and let your mind wander exclusively to the nihilistic implications. There has never been a better time in human history to experience art, and there has never been a more immersive art form than a video game. While most stories ask you to empathize, the latest iteration of the human experience calls for more. I don't want you to simply empathize with a knight. I want you to pick up your sword and slay the dragon for yourself. I don't want you to empathize with a character who's in danger. I want you to face that danger yourself. I don't want you to empathize with a person who overcomes her greatest fear. I want you to overcome it yourself. I want you to laugh. I want you to cry. I want you to know firsthand what it's like to be brought down to your lowest point, then rise back up anyway. You've heard it said before that a picture is worth 1,000 words. It's an odd saying used to express the value and meaning a single image can hold within itself, or something. But after years of retrospection, I feel confident in saying that Frederick Bernard, or whoever originated that phrase, was wrong. Saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words doesn't do any piece of art justice. Not a picture, not a painting, not a song, movie, or video game. Each piece of art encapsulates the artist's world, their personality, worldview, politics, and humanity. And that's why I love art so much. And my love for art, my closest friends, some of the most memorable moments of my life, my creative inspiration, my call to adventure, and almost everything I love about myself can all be traced back to 3 marching bombs. And that, to me, is worth a lot more than 1,000 words. It might even be worth its own world.
Alright, this is gonna be really weird.
Yeah, just try not to make eye contact with one another.
I hope you're happy with yourself.
Okay, so we are all in agreement that Gummy totally consented to being covered in duct tape during the procedure, right?
Oh yeah, he prefers to have the duct tape on. Keeps him calm.
Yup, I speak fluent gum mumbles. He's totally fine with the situation.
God, no.
I am the cure.
It's okay, baby boy. You're gonna be just fine.
Not my telephone pole!
Man, what is going on today?
I know, right? You'd think they'd put the fire out before bringing the patients in.
Whatever. Let's just get this over with.
Oh, we don't have to do anything.
What do you mean?
We're letting our interns take care of this one.
We have interns performing colonoscopies now?
I'm sorry. Would you rather spend your Tuesday afternoon performing colonoscopies?
Touché.
Alrighty then. Nova, Scarm, you ready?
Oh, you have no idea.
I don't get paid enough for this.